All right.
All right, it's all recording, Kim.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. I thank y'all for tuning in into this Zoom live, which was supposed to be a, Facebook live, but hey, we still moving on, man. I was on a little earlier today, and man, I just had so many people inquiring, and I wanted to get some more expert voices in on this conversation about how to prosper in a crisis, or how to prosper in a market crash, because one of the things that's really prevalent right now is people are really doing the wrong things at the wrong time, and we just want to bring some wisdom into this conversation. So I'm not going to talk a lot. I think y'all heard my rant a little earlier, but I have a very, very important, solid coach, financial coach. Man, this guy is just totally awesome. I think I met you, Quincy, probably about what, 15, 16 years ago. It might be almost, man, I ain't gonna say 20 years. No, I ain't gonna say 20 years.
Since 2005.
Since 2005. Okay. Yeah, 15 years, 2005. And just to tell y'all real quick how I met this awesome guy, I was in the middle of doing a presentation. At that point in time, I was in the investment and insurance industry, and I was in the middle of doing a presentation, and this young cool dude come in and he start talking about dollar cost averaging, right? Just really helped my whole presentation. Give me the they asking for the passcode 358. Quincy, what's the passcode?
It's three. Are you talking about the call code?
Yeah.
It's 358 706 358 6542.
Okay, I thought I put it up in the window. Okay, but yeah, I'm sorry about that. But anyway, he came in and started talking about dollar cost averaging, just really helped my presentation. I was able to do much business. I was like, who is this young guy? But he is awesome, man. He has an awesome wife, Chanel. They have an awesome family. Man, they're just doing big things in the kingdom. He's a man of God. She's a woman of God. They're raising children of God. So I just can't say enough. He's going to tell you a little bit about his background, but all I can tell you, man, he's been in this industry his whole life. So sometimes when I have questions or I need to maneuver through something, I need some business information, how to get business credit. I'm sorry, I just threw you on the bus. But yeah, he just does so many things. So he's always we always been in close contact, working on different projects. So with no further ado, take it over, Quincy. Look like you on mute though.
No, I just unmuted myself.
Okay.
All right. So hope everybody's doing well. Again, my name is Quincy Wade. I'm self-proclaimed Coach Wade. But little background by myself. You know, I'm a graduated from University of North Carolina with a degree in public administration, minor in business. Been in the banking, financial service industry ever since I was 19 years old. So I've been doing this since I was 19. So it's been about 19 years. So 19 years I've been doing banking and financial services. You might hear my kids in the background, so you have to please excuse me. It's bath time. but anyways, I've done many various different types of things, ranging from insurance. I was an insurance agent for a little while. Been a bank manager. Currently, that's where I am now. I manage at a bank. And so that's a little background by myself, you know. So I've done a lot of different things, had my hands in a lot of different things. But my whole goal and purpose of life, I feel, is to help people. I believe that banking and financial services is my background. I believe that is my calling. I believe that's my gift. But right now, all of us, you know, going through some treacherous times, you know, with the COVID-19, aka coronavirus. You know, things of these things are unprecedented. You know, things have never been seen before, where things are shutting down, businesses are shutting down. You know, the stocks, you know, are going down like crazy. You know, people are panicking and people are cashing out things they shouldn't be cashing out. One thing I want to reiterate, like right now is probably the best time, to get started with investing if you are going to invest. It's not the time to sell, it's the time to buy, because why? Everything is on sale. I know Ken was just mentioning some things she was looking at where it was originally priced at $300 some, now it's $130. So that's what I look at. I look at the standpoint of everything's on the sale. This is probably the best time to get involved in investing if you are going to do that.
Oh, I can hear them now.
Huh? Somebody say something?
Yeah, somebody just got in. They couldn't hear you, but go ahead.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, they just.
I can hear you now. Yes, yes.
Okay,
Sorry.
sorry about that. But yeah, what I was saying was like right now with some treacherous times, and people. I mean, the markets are going crazy. They're taking hits, but again, it's not something that was due to economic conditions or anything like that. It's just this everything is being shut down because of the COVID-19. A lot of people are looking to like sell their stocks and things of that nature, but it's not the time to sell, it's the time to buy. It's pretty much what I was saying, because everything is on sale, because when you look at when you look at markets and things like that, you want to buy low and sell high. You don't want to buy high and sell low. So the key thing is for myself is to always do the opposite of what the masses are doing, right? Because right now the masses are selling, and I think that top 1% of the people are right now, they're buying it because they look at this as an opportunity, so this is going to be a great time frame or period of time to actually start getting your money to work for you. All right. And like Kim was mentioning earlier in the intro, I believe that dollar cost averaging is going to be the way to do that. And what I mean by that is not taking a large chunk of money and just throwing it out there, but actually, buying a set dollar amount every single month. If you go do $100 a month, $200 a month, $300 a month, wherever it is, have it consistent where you're buying it every single month. And of course, when markets are down, you're buying more shares. When markets are low, when markets are low, you're buying more shares. When it's high, you're buying less shares. But over a period of time, with using dollar cost averaging, you end up with more shares of stocks that way. But yeah, again, right now is the best time to get involved if you are going to do that. I don't know what level that you guys are at, in terms of investing knowledge or anything of that nature. But I know Kim has a lot of, background that she could probably give you guys some more details and things of that nature. But again, from a banker perspective, I think that right now is probably the best time, if any, if you're going to get involved.
Quincy, can you talk a little bit about the different ways that we make money? Talk a little bit about that 4 quadrant, because what we have to do, and I'm praying that a lot of people, because we didn't go live, be able to go back and listen to this recording. Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Is talk a little bit about the 4 quadrants, because what we got to do here, Quincy, some people already have a mindset to invest.
Yes, I hear.
Okay, so some people are, just now starting out. Some people are fearful. So what would you say to the people right now that, that are not in a crisis to the point where they can't pay their bills and they can't even really think about investing or making money right now? Talk about the 4 quadrants in which you think is going to be very valuable right now. Just talk about the 4 quadrants and the things that people should be focused on.
Okay, pretty much like with the 4 quadrants. I don't know if you guys have ever, I'm quite sure many of you have probably heard of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Got the book right here, and I might have it in PDF format where I can get it to Kim, and she could probably email y'all a PDF format so you can read it for yourselves. But real good read. But pretty much with the cash flow quadrants, it kind of puts everything into 4 quadrants. On the left-hand side, you're going to have the employee. And that's what most of us are. Most of us are employees, right? So we're trading our time in for dollars. We're also taxed the most, in this employee quadrant. All right. Then right beneath that that employee quadrant, you know, you're gonna have like you're gonna have the self-employed. You know, this is the field where a lot of people think they've already made it. You know, they're like, I'm self-employed, I made it. But if you think about it, self-employed individual is the same thing as an employee. The only difference is that they own their job. All right, they're still trading, you know, time for dollars, you know, because if they stop, the business stops. You know, if you look at it from that standpoint. All right, so that's the left-hand side, and that's where most people are at, you know, in America. That's capitalism, you know, but most people are on that left-hand side of the quadrant. But the whole idea and concept, I wish I had an image to show you guys, is to move to the right side of the quadrant, okay? So keep this visual if you can. On the left-hand side, you're gonna have employee, and beneath that, you're gonna have self-employed, all right? Now on the upper right-hand side, and I'm not sure if it's inverted, you know, with me talking and holding my hand up, but you're gonna have big business. Now your big business will be like your corporations. Some people may have like multi-level marketing, you know, that fall up in that quadrant right there. But pretty much the whole concept of this is basically no matter what happens, you know, the business is still going to continue. If you get sick, you're in a hospital, you're still making money because the business keeps on going. It's moving without you, right? So that's big business. And right beneath that, you're going to have the investor. And this is probably one of the easiest ways, you know, to get into the right-hand side is through investing. But investing, it encompasses so many different things. We're talking about stocks, you know, we're talking about real estate, you know, pretty much anything where you have your money actually working for you can fit inside of that that investment quadrant there. And if you guys also think about it, on the right-hand side, those are also the individuals that are taxed the least. Okay, so it's kind of crazy, you know, when you think about it, because you can have your money making money for you, but it's taxed a lot less than you actually working for your money. So that's why it's important, you know, to try to move yourself over to that right-hand side of the quadrant. Now, some people may ask themselves, you know, now why, how do I start investing? You know, I don't have like the money to get started or anything like that, but there's some things, you know, that we can, oh, there it goes right there. But there's some things that we can do, you know, in order to, you know, free up some money. You know, one of the major things that you can do if you're an employee is adjust your W-4 at work. Reason I say that is because over 80% of people fill that thing out, you know, incorrectly. All right. So one way you can know if you're filling out incorrectly is that if every year you're getting a big refund, you know, pretty much you're pretty much letting the government use your money. You're not getting anything from it, but just by making those adjustments to your W-4, you know, now you can free up some income that you can start investing or even paying off debts. Okay. So I think that's that'll be key and pivotal. Make sure you adjust that W-4, and you can look on the IRS website, and I can give a link to Kim on that as well, to where you can actually use a calculator, and it's going to walk you step by step and show you what your adjustments should be on your W-4. All right. And same thing goes vice versa. If you're paying a lot of money during tax time, you need to adjust your W-4 so you're not paying all that money, you know, during tax time. So either way, whether you're receiving a lot of money or paying out a lot of money, you need to adjust that W-4 at work. And we're talking about like the federal side of it. All right. And of course, Cam laid it out right here, so you guys have that visual for that for the 4 quadrants right here. And again, as we mentioned before, top side is employee. This S right here is for small business. You have big business, and you have the investor. So the main thing that hinders people from moving from this side of the quadrant to that side is fear. You know, false evidence is appearing real. People are afraid, but it's like we have to get beyond those fears in order to move ourselves, you know, just to that next level.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. What do you think about learning, mentorship, coaching? So I know you've been in this industry 19 years, and I know we've done several projects, you know, several projects together, man. We've been in different masterminds. But one of the things that helps growth, if you can, and then I'm not going to keep you on here long, Quincy. I really appreciate your time. I know it's very valuable. But I'm really trying to lay a foundation. Since I've been in Michigan, you know, I really haven't done a whole lot far as, building a team, like the things we used to do, building financial teams and things of that nature. So a lot of the people that I deal with on a ministry level or a nonprofit level. So I still have people that I coach and do business with, but a lot of times it's on a different platform. So if you will talk a little bit about why it's important to invest in coaching, why is it why is it important to invest in your learning, your developing your financial literacy muscle?
That's right. Because what I look at is like when it comes to information, and I know it's cliche, but information changes situations. I mean, that's plain and simple. The more you kind of like know and understand things, how things work, the better off you become. One thing I know I'm gonna go off on a tangent a little bit, but it's just to throw some things out there, just so people can understand, the system that we live in. We live in a capitalistic society. One or two things are going to happen. You either capitalize on the system, or the system's going to capitalize on you. And I believe that most of us out here already know whether we're being capitalized on or not, and we can tell ourselves that. But if you kind of like think about it, as an employee, pretty much the first thing to come out is taxes, right? Taxes come out, and then we get to spend on whatever's left over. But when it comes to a business owner, we look at the business owner side of it, they're taxed last. They spend, and then whatever's left over, that's what they get taxed on. So the wealthy really don't pay too much taxes, but we pretty much handle all that stuff for ourselves. So we got all these things chasing after our money, right? And we're not putting our money to work, so therefore, we have inflation. I don't know if you guys are familiar with inflation, but inflation is a silent income killer. If you look at it, the price of milk is not the same. Gas is changing. Right now it's dropping, but before, we remember when gas was like $3 at one point, but now it's down to $1 and something. But pretty much with inflation, it just tells us that, a dollar today is not going to buy the same. A dollar today won't spend the same as a dollar tomorrow. That's going to be different. College tuition goes up. All these prices are changing, but it's silently happening. So that's something that we have to understand as well. Also, what's impacting is big businesses. A lot of us think that we have to have the latest and greatest things, but if you think about it, every single month out of the year, there's something to celebrate, right? January, you have New Year's. February, you have Valentine's Day. March, you have St. Patrick's. April, Easter. May, Mother's Day. June, Father's Day. July, July is 4th of July. August, you probably have some back to school specials, whatever, the tax-free weekend. September, you have Labor Day. October, Halloween. November, Thanksgiving. December, Christmas. That don't include birthdays, anniversaries, and things of that nature. So you have all these things chasing after your money. It's not to say you don't celebrate these things, but it's just pretty much, you have to understand the game that you're playing. And the only way you can understand that is if you're getting the information, you're getting the coaching, and because if you don't get the information, you're going to continue to do the same things over and over and over again, expecting a different result, but by definition, that's the definition of insanity.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Quincy, man, is there anything else that you want to just say? I'm going to send this link out, so to some people, they may be in a struggle. They may be panicking. Some people may be in a situation where they can make moves, but again, they're full of fear. Just, from your perspective, I know you're on the other side of the country right now, man, but what would you tell people? What are some of the things that you think would be best for them to do right now if they're not strapped? Some people did, have savings. Some people probably still, got their income tax check. Some people finna get a stimulus, and I hope they don't spend it frivolously. I put out there that I'm gonna do a investment 101, where I'm gonna, teach the 6 things that people need to know to get started in the stock market right now, whether they're using a broker or not using a broker. But when I send this out, what is some last words you want people to know far as, you know, that's going to, you know, of course, be an encouragement, but give them a little bit of direction. Because I think one of the things that if we're under, you know, if we're under the radar, you know, people don't know. Like you say, information, to me, information beat conversation. You know what I'm saying? If
Right.
you got the information with the demonstration, that's going to kill any conversation. And one of the biggest problems that we have, people allow people to give them advice that's broke. I think it should be a law. Two broke people shouldn't even talk. I mean, not about money. Because if your uncle, cousin, sister, Bobby tried that and it didn't work, okay, you know what's close to home. So anyway, I'm on a rant, but go ahead, just, you know, to close it up, just you know, just speak some words about what do you think some good moves is right now for people.
Okay, right now I think a good move would be to especially have stimulus money, things like that coming in, is to first, you know, have an emergency fund, you
Yeah.
know, before you start investing. Reason
Mhm.
being is because you don't want to be dipping into it, you know, because you popped the tire on your car or
Yeah.
something like that. So, you know, you want to have that set aside right there. And I call that just a little miniature thing, like at least, you know, $3,000, you know, saved up somewhere. You know, but ideally, a good emergency fund is 3 to 6 months, but you want to go ahead and start investing. So you want to at least have $3,000, start investing, and then continue to build on your emergency savings as well until you reach that like 3 to 6 months worth of monthly expenses saved up. But again, when you invest, you don't have to unless you really have it. You know, throw a large chunk in there. But just starting off, you can always start off small. You know, you start off with little. Some places $25 a month, $50 a month. The whole point is just to get started. And
Yeah.
then as you know your situations change, you eliminate some debts and things of that nature. Then you're able to apply more, you know, towards your investing.
Okay. All right. Is there any information you would like to leave with them? I ain't gonna mention integrity. You know, mention that or no?
Oh no, I only have
Oh, you
that.
don't have that? No. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, y'all, we appreciate Quincy, and you know, some things he, you know, he got to stay in compliance. That's the thing. So that's what that was about. But anyway, but yeah, man, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you coming on. You know, I apologize. I was a little bit behind the ball with not being able to do the live. But in the future, I may just, you know, post a lot, you know, let them know when we're going to come on, and we have some specific things, you know, that you can cover, that you can just, you know, shed some light on. It's always good to have, you know, more than one voice in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? More than one professional in the conversation, just to really help people move forward in this time. Because what I told him, Quincy, this is a time where some people going to be rich and some people going to become more poor. Am I right about that?
You're right. Take advantage of right now because right now, like I said before earlier, everything is on sale.
Yes. Yes. So I'm excited about my portfolio. And last thing, tell them what happens in the market. What usually happens every 10 to 20 years in the market? What does the market do?
So markets go up and they go down. So, but
Okay.
so it's gonna happen. You know, this is something that always happens. I mean, historically speaking, you know, there's always gonna be a crash and there's always gonna be an up. So they would say what goes up must come down.
Yeah.
But just making sure that you're managing your risk properly, you know, because you can always, you know, even some financial advisors, things of that nature that can help you protect your 401k, you know, like instances like this, because you have things called like, I'm not going to get deep in it, but it's like puts and calls, you know, so it can kind of protect your position. Because like right now, I know some people, they took that advice, you know, with thesis and things like that. Synovus, you know, stocks have dropped. So stocks dropped a lot, you know, but if they have those protections in place, they would have lost their retirement. But they have
Right.
protections in there to help protect that income. So there's a whole bunch of information to learn, you know, to show you can still participate in the market and also at the same time mitigate your risk.
Yeah. So that protection is awesome. We got to protect.
Yeah.
Protect. Okay. Well, all right, everybody, man. Thank you for coming on, Quincy. We're gonna get back again. I'm probably gonna hit a couple more lives or something before this class. But man, I just really appreciate you. Appreciate Chanel. Let Chanel I said hello. and thank her for allowing us to have her husband for tonight, right on the fly. I just asked you today, so I really appreciate you, man. That's why it's good to know good people. I know you're gonna prosper in this season. I'm looking forward to talking to you and getting back with your mastermind. And until next time, man. And I appreciate everybody that's on. We're gonna post this and just send me the link. I'm gonna send out the link for the recording. And with that, you guys, let's stay blessed, let's stay focused, let's stay safe, and let's prosper like never before.
Yeah, take it easy.